Hello and welcome back. So while you've been away, I've just been doing a bunch of tidying jobs. I have brought down some lines of copper from here. Let's get rid of that. I haven't yet put down drills on this or this, but we'll get there. Right. There was some mixed ore on this, so I used a priority split to pull off, sorry, a filter split to pull off the coal. So that's all good. I should probably just put down a miner here, just to get rid of that. I've started the process of trying to get rid of things I don't need. So if we look down here, there's a patch of stone and coal. And they are annoyingly, they're annoying me by being in the middle of where my bus will go. So let's put down a radar there. Okay. I moved the purified water out to here. So that's now been moved away from our starter area, away from where all our oh, we're missing a piece of belt. Let's put that down. So yeah, that's been moved out of the way. So then those pipes are brought across and down and in. Okay, I've built all these furnaces. There's quite a few of them, routed around as you saw in the last episode, and brought them down, and then haven't plumbed them in. And there's a reason for this, which I'm going to discuss in a moment. Okay, then I put on some balancers on a couple of these, tidied up the bottle making. I'm going to rebuild that, but again, I'm not ready to rebuild it for reasons. Right, next. This whole area up here had something for making glass. It had something for making belts. It had the remnants of our starter base. That's all gone. I've blueprinted down a second power stack. I've put in what looks a bit like an ore bus. So it's the normal bus thing. You've got groups of 4 belts, hop over belts to get across. So we have 4 belts here. 1 is stone, 3 is iron, and they're going into the smelters. Then we're using priority splits here to help clear out this area, which is very nearly gone. Yippee! I'll be very glad when this is gone. It's sort of in the way of life. There we go. Right, there's this build here, which is building out the refined sand stuff, which is pretty cool. This array can be grown. There's a 2-to-1 expansion, so half a belt of stone becomes 1 belt of sand. So we'll grow this until we're generating a belt of sand, and then at some point we may need to put in a second belt. Okay, so to feed this, we are now... Ooh, this isn't going anywhere. Right, we'll have to figure out what to do with this. I think some kind of... Yeah, I think I'm going to prioritize getting rid of these into there or something. I'm not sure. Might bring them down into here to backfill one of these. Have a think about that. Right, so I've started tapping some of this patch, and I'm just putting down lines of miners for the copper and iron ore as they are needed. Okay, there's a couple of specs out there, I don't know if I'll bother. So the idea is, as we put in new smelting arrays, I hook up another row of miners. And the plan is to mine out these patches around here. These are all good sized patches. They should last us for quite a while. Right, we've got our first patch of natives. Let's zoom in. Right. So our pollution at the moment only goes out to here. We are currently fine. We are not polluting where our neighbours are. So they should not be attacking, and they also shouldn't be evolving. What else? Oh yeah, I hooked up a patch of copper out here. Had to do a little bit of belt shenanigans to get good throughput. So we bring in these patches here and then put them into 3 belts. I'm not sure if those belts run fully compressed or not yet because we haven't yet stressed them. Back of the envelope says yes, but I found that various combinations of belt splitters really did not work very well. So there you are. I ended up going with an 8.4 because that was the best I could come up with to try and maintain something that looked a bit like throughput. There's this patch of iron ore here which at some point we need to grab. Again, that will probably be a belt backfill. It's in the way of our smelters, so it needs to go. Right, so that was a lot of talking to tell you that I'd done some stuff. What's the issue? Right, so this base, more than normal, its point is to generate potions which then get burnt in labs. And I know that sounds trivial, but usually there's various things that sites do, of which making potions is one of them. That's not really the case here. We're going to have a very small factory, but the small factory is not going to do very much because we're, at least for the foreseeable future, running on simple tech. We're going to be running on stone furnaces and yellow belts for the foreseeable future because red belts are expensive and we can't afford them. Okay, so let's just chuck down some blocks of 4 belts with gaps. So because we're doing yellow belts, that's what we have to stick with. If it was red belts, we could do blocks of 6. Now, let's look in the science packs. We've currently got 4 uncovered, but how many are there? All right, so let's go to this, and this is a good trick. So we go to the potions tab. Because we can select any label we want, it shows you all the items, not just the items which are unlocked. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these. Right. So, and then empty bottles. So we can run split belts. So we need 5 belts for potions. Then I'm going to have a belt for, I don't know how many belts we will need for empty bottles, but it's probably going to be quite a few. Well, it's 1-to-1, isn't it? So I'm thinking if I have 5 split belts of potions, I might need 5 belts of empty bottles, which is worrying. Anyway, for now, what we're going to do is assume it's 5 potions, and we will reserve 1 of these for bottles so far, but then leave these 2 empty. So the first 8 rows are our research, and the potions will be coming towards the right because that's where our labs are going to be. We'll be sending materials left. Okay, and what materials do we have? Okay, so we have gears, circuits, copper, iron. Those are gears, circuits, copper, iron. We have steel. That's a 5th one. I don't know how many more we will have than that on the bus. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know, because the idea is that we will slap down smelters to ratio, use that to drive a ratioed build, then stick that onto the bus and then consume it. So I think we should start building this, except this is in the way, so we need to start thinking about how things will be laid out. Now, I would like the potions to be close to the smelters, basically. The reason for that is they're going to stay the same number the whole time, and I always want to be thinking about the potions, so I want them to be where I always see them. They will disappear off towards the right into labs. That's the idea. Okay, so I think the first thing to do is to blueprint this, if I haven't already. Okay, so let's blueprint from here to here. That's it. And we will give this gears as the icon. Okay, then don't need that. Okay, this is our green circuit build, so let's give that an icon. And we have our glass build. That's our double smelter build, which needs a bit of a tweak because it's not quite right. Excuse me for yawning. Oh. Okay, I'm going to redo the bottles build because I'm not happy with it. So let's rip up the whole of this. So the other thing I might have on the bus is wood. Yeah, I might well have wood. It depends on various things, like how we deal with wood longer term. Okay, and we'll have to do something about moving these, but they're too big for my inventory at the moment. Okay. So we've got that. Come back. Thank you. We've got that, so I can pull this up. And we can pull this up. Right, the reason I'm doing this is I really want to start on the bus. In a minute, my inventory will fill. I'll set a bunch of crafting jobs off to use up materials I've picked up. Okay, so can I make any gun turrets? No, I need some radars though, so let's make some of those. Okay, can't make gun turrets because I don't have copper. don't want to just keep making more and more radars. Can I make a better gun? Need copper for that, but we have some here. Yep, one of those. Let's grab that. Make some gun turrets, that's a good use of materials. Right. There's a bot here I've dropped. Great, so I would like to start thinking about planning the bus. So we've got this, which is what is reserved. Right, that's what's reserved for research. Great, so then if we want to bring bricks down, they would then need to go down here. And at the moment I don't know if we need bricks in the factory, so I will split the bricks line. There we are. Okay. This purified, this glass, I think there is only one use for it, which is, yeah, I think the only use for glass at the moment is to make bottles. So I don't think we need that on the bus, we just need to bring that down. And okay, we have a blueprint here. There we go. So this is the idea really. So then this iron would skip over. This is iron for making gears. Right, and I think at the moment we don't have many materials, so we will right, and again, steel we may need in the fabrication area. Okay, so then we have steel. That's good. This is starting to feel like more like a bus and less like a mess. All right. So then the next thing we can bring down is this is copper purely for the make area and iron purely for the make area. So we're not going to do anything here. Okay. So let's say we're not going to do anything with these anymore. We're going to redo the whole research thing. So we don't need any of that. So do we need a wood line? I think it depends if we deal with wood. Right, I'm going to have to put everything in a box, I think. Let's find a convenient place. This is a convenient place. Okay. These are all research related things, so they're fine up this end. Okay. Come on. Back in. Okay. So, yeah, this copper and this iron and this one that we merge in, I'm comfortable leaving that here because this is all going into the maker area. So what we need now is to bring the 5 lines of research down and into the labs. Okay, so it doesn't quite fit. So the okay, there we are. That's the 4. This is the 1. Sorry, I'm having trouble doing this. There we are. So now we can build our lab space down here. Now, I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. There are no doubt beautiful pictures on the internet, but I just want to have a go at doing it myself without somebody else's blueprints. Let's grab all this. And ideally I want to do it without lots of belt weaving. All right. Okay, so let's head down here, put down a couple of labs, and we will figure out how to get all the different things in. Okay, so that's fairly straightforward. That's okay. Okay, that's dealt with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have a 5th one. Can we do this another way? Let's... I'm fairly relaxed about using undergrounds and things on this build because it is an important one and I want to get it right. I'm just wondering if we had one there, we can hop over. That gets a potion in. Okay. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. We have 2 more to get in. Okay, I like that because then we have the option of putting a second row of labs chained to the side. Can we do anything? No, we can't fill in the gap, I don't think. It also has the benefit that later on, I think we can start putting beacons in between these rows. Okay, so that's, I think, what we're going to do for the build. Pull that up. We will blueprint this. And then I have a job to sort out all my blueprints. Okay, so this would start over here somewhere. Can't fit it there. If I put it there won't be room for expansion. And that's got the belts all around the wrong way because sod's law. I'm going to be moving all this make area around though, so it's not the end of the world. I'm just thinking about getting possibly a third research bubble on the end. You can stack them about 3 or 4 deep. Let's do a third. Okay, and let's do a temporary blueprint of that just to see what it looks like. Okay, so how would that fit? So that would fit not horrendously, but not nicely. Okay, let's go with the 2 for now. Where are we? That's the 3. That's the, yeah. So I think if we go there, I can then pull this up. Okay, not enough room. That's the beauty of blueprints. All right, where are they? Where's it gone? There. All right, there we are. That's pretty awesome. Let's power that up. Oh, I didn't put any power in the blueprint. Never mind. let's go across to there for now. That is across there. Those are on. Okay, so that's the beginnings of our bus. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is reinstigate bottle making. And that's going to be one of these lines here. Okay, so we bring in the glass, and I think we will have a belt of wood, just because we don't have any good alternatives to a belt of wood currently. Okay, and then I think what we need is a split line of wood and glass. Okay. And for now, we're going to supply this. Let's make some more. Whoops, steel chests is what I was after. Tanks won't hurt, but the steel chests are what I need. Okay, we're going to move the material from here down to here. Right there. And that's going to take quite a while. Here's my box of stuff. Right, potions, some wood, coal and stone. Can I fabricate any more useful things? No. Right, probably the best way to do this is to get my bots. There we go. Do my bots have the capacity? Meh. No, they don't, because I haven't done any of the relevant research. Okay, well, it was worth a try. There we are. Okay, so I'm going to put in a splitter here so that we can start continuing wood down the line. And then here we are going to have the I don't think I did want a split line of... Right, let's do this more carefully. Right. So, we have something that turns wood into raw wood. Then we have something that turns raw wood into cork tops. Where are we? Okay, so 2 wood there. So I've got a feeling we can do 2 corkers for 1 plate. Yep, there we are. Yeah, that is 1 to 1. Okay. So we'll start off with direct insert. Okay. And let's find the minimal inserters needed for this. So okay, so we'll have to use blue inserters. Sorry, I was trying to find the key press to get rid of max rate calculator. So we could pass across there, then we would bring in raw wood there. And it might actually work out to do it the other side. You'll see why in a second. Okay, so we'd bring in raw wood here. We would send out cork here. Okay, I think we can do this with a couple of poles. There we are. Then this should supply bottles. These need glass and cork. Okay, so we are good for everything. We can put in a lot more bottle makers. So let's start with that many. Okay, we can still do a lot more. Let's have the numbers in transport belts. Okay, so we can double this, I think, quite easily. I want to make sure that I don't okay. So that requires 2.7 of glass of transport belt. That's fine. So we can do up to 0.5 of that. We can move any amount of wood boards as we want, but we can't be dealing with more than half a belt of cork. So our cork machines produce 0.563 belts of cork. So that would be more than will fit on half a belt. So we'll have to output one on one side and one on the other. No, that's the wrong way around. Sorry, I've been doing this with mining drills. There we are. Okay. So then we would bring in a belt of the glass. Okay, and it looks like we can just keep extending this out. Right, one of these machines, yeah, can be handled apply a basic inserter. And it's going to need a basic and a long. And we will need a power pole in the gap. Then on the other side, we need to output. There we go. Okay, and then we can bring that there, and that will take us back onto the bus. So let's get a blueprint here. These are where the copy-paste blueprints would be ideal, because I just want to take this unit and put down several of them. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let's see how far out we are. Okay, we still have loads of capacity, so we can just keep growing this as needed. For now, that's probably enough. Right, now let's grab a blueprint of this. Right, and give that the icon of a bottle. Okay, so then we need to plumb this in somewhere. I don't want to clash with this jump, and we need to be after that. Let's grub this up. Okay, so the simplest would be if this just came out and joined on. So then we would need a line coming in of wood. So this would be wood. Then we'd have a line going out. Okay, and this would be bottles. There we are. So I think that works. Let's see if that joins on. And I wonder what other things I need. Let's make another 20 of those because I can. Okay, I can get rid of those. I can get rid of the wood in there. There's some items in here that I think I can, yeah, I can get rid of that and that and that. Okay. So that can go in the cork machine. The corks can go in a bottling machine. Yeah, that can all go in there. Hope I haven't just filled my own inventory. And I know the belts are overhanging, I'm going to leave that. Because I'm going to end up growing this build, I believe. So I actually have no idea how much smelting this requires. And I actually don't know the smelting speed of the glass plates. So it's all a bit of a guess. Okay. So this is coming in now. We need wood. There we go. There we are. So we have corks. That's got rid of all my glass. I've got a bit more of the raw wood. Get in there. Wonderful. So we have, I believe, everything we need. And bottles are being made. And bottles are on the bus. Well, that is very cool. So, what we're going to do next time is put the gear build down here, probably. Depends how I want to do this. Let's have a quick think. I might be able to... Yeah, let's just get this done now while I'm here. I'm a real fan here of not putting things on the bus that don't need to be bussed. Things that we can make and then consume immediately, I'm all for it. Okay. Okay, and then this fifth one, I shouldn't have picked up. This is our first green circuit build. So that can go. Okay, so the gears build looks something like this. Right, and since we're bringing the gears out this way now, I think we can do better. Okay, so this will come up. This is a half belt, this is a half belt. I can just cut and shut them, which is what I'm going to do. I've just got to figure out the right way to do it. Okay. That's going to work, isn't it? So that will be pushed to the inside of the belt. Yeah. And we will just put gears straight on here. So this can be a split so that we can take the gears both ways. The reason I might take the gears both ways is because I might push some of these into the make area. Mind you, I probably want to also take circuits into the make area. Let's have a look. Well, the whole make area is going to have to be remade, so that's not a problem. I'm beginning to think that all of this is built too close. I'm wondering well, let's use one of these lines for green circuits. And then there'll be some other commodity that we need to stick on there. But this is gears anyway. So then gears heads off this way. And let's wire this in. There we are. And this doesn't have power. Now it does. Okay, I'm going to pull these up. I'm not sure what I'm doing with them yet. They can come up. Great. Now, I think I want to make green circuits before I start making red potions. So here's the green circuit build. Okay. Let's move it down a bit. Yep, you can go down to about there. And I've got 2 iron lines to fit in. So it's going to go about there. All right. Okay, so let's bring in those 2 iron lines. There's undergrounds. I haven't organized my hotbar yet, toolbar yet. Never mind. There. Okay, and we'll pull in the second one as well. Okay. Time for me to visit the shop. Or maybe I can just craft a load. Yep, I can just craft a load. Right, so my blueprint for green circuits. I need to bring in 2 lines of iron. And then take out a line of green circuits. And then I'm not sure if I'll need extra space for various belt shuffling. So let's put it that far over. Yeah, and then I'm going to grab a whole load of belts from the factory. How am I doing for machines? Right, let's grab all the belts. And all the machines. and just check we can wire this in. Right, there's one. Two. Three. Four. Right. So then there are 9 builds. Belts can do 4.5. The iron belts do 4.5 each. So if we bring this down, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then the final one is going to merge the 2 together there. So let's work out how the undergrounds go. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There's probably a cheaper way to do this where I swap over which belt is on the inside and which is on the outside. But that will do for now. Okay, and then we need to take out our green circuits. Whoop, take that out. Okay, and I want to make sure that these definitely go on the... Actually, I don't care whether these are on the inside or the outside. Okay, so that's 2. Three. 4. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, this 5th one is the tricky one. So let's... Okay, so now we will put 4 onto the inside. So then we would have 4 on the outside, 4 on the inside lane. And the final one needs to be split across both lanes. This is it. So we have an almost balanced belt here. This needs to feed onto both sides. So we need a splitter. That's... I don't want to side load onto the splitter by accident, so let's move that out one. Okay. So... not enough room, is there? This is why I wanted to make sure I definitely did have enough room. Because what I kind of want is, let's mock it up here. Right, so we come up out of hyperspace. We have that loading on the green circuits. Okay, we can load... Yeah, we can load onto a splitter. And we need to do something like this. Okay. To backfill both sides of the belt. And of course this doesn't fit. Let's blueprint it. We have... Right. We don't need that. So this is what we would need here. So that does fit as long as we don't... If we turn that belt inwards, which is a bit naughty, then... and move that down one. That does fit. Then we can take this out. We have green circuits. Okay, that would do. Okay, I'm going to end the episode here. You can see the bus is starting to take shape. Yeah, so the plan is for this to continue taking shape. And we will build it out bit by bit. The next thing I'm going to do is probably offline get the copper hooked up. And then once the copper is hooked up, we will have green circuits. Then we will do a slightly more sensible red circuit build than, sorry, red potion build than we did before. And we'll start putting potions on the bus and sending them off to be researched. Until then, yeah, this was a very differently paced episode from before, wasn't it? Until then, thank you very much for watching. I hope you are enjoying. I'm enjoying. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.